Subaru, upon seeing Rintaro and Kaoruko spending time together in a cafe, strongly invites him to join her for a cup of coffee to speak in private. Subaru goes to Kikyo Girls' private school and hates man because growing up she was bullied by boys because of her silver hair, an event Kaoruko saved her from, establishing a strong bond between them and an intense desire to protect her, not only as a classmate but a friend too. As such, is hostile towards the Chidori boys, because if the teachers saw Kaoruko talking to them, the repercussions would be great as the teachers hate them more than the students do. Rintaro goes to Chidori, a school made up of delinquents and underachieving boys, a reputation known across the city, and a sore sight for the higher status students of Kikyo. Rintaro in particular is feared due to his looks, intimidating those around despite his intentions, leaving only his friends to see him for who he is, Kaoruko primarily among them, never seeing him as intimidating, forging a bond where they grow in unexpected ways, her in challenging how the two groups of students treat each other, and him in coming out of his shell and expressing himself. While Rintaro and Kaoruko speak at the library, Subaru interrupts them, doing nothing to hide her hostility towards Rintaro for being a boy and attending Chidori, understanding what it means for Kaoruko if someone else found them. Tensions escalate when Shohei, Saku, and Ayato arrive. Shohei and Subaru butt heads despite Kaoruko trying to de-escalate. Saku, having had enough, retaliates, insulting not only Kikyo but also her hair, a weakness of hers, prompting her to recoil. Rintaro, before things get further out of hand, takes the blame, clearing the air so they could reach a middle ground, allowing both Shohei and Kaoruko to apologize for the trouble they caused. These actions lead Subaru to soften her stance, albeit slightly. Rintaro, after his study session with Kaoruko at the cafe, is approached by Subaru, wanting him to join her for a coffee, where she asks him to stop seeing Kaoruko, as it would affect her scholarship. An interesting frame is present during this conversation, where Subaru makes her case for why he should sever his connection with Kaoruko. The visual shows the state both characters are in, not only in terms of the conversation, but as individuals, and their standing in each respective group. Subaru trapped in glass has multiple meanings, for as aggressive as she is a glass cannon, able to be incredibly harsh, but if the right insult is used, as with Saku and her hair, she grows meek due to her experiences growing up, revealing a fragile barrier used to keep others at bay. It can also be seen as a cage she is trapped in, bound by what she knows is right, yet betrayed by what she feels. Her desire to protect her friend has driven her to an impossible position where she is willing to be hated by Kaoruko, if it means protecting what she worked hard to achieve. Finally, speaking through the glass shows that, while she is transparent and speaks plainly, her words are at odds with her emotions, exhibiting what she thinks honestly without acknowledging what she feels, keeping it all trapped for fear it would make things harder and more complicated. Rintaro meanwhile is not in glass, showing he is the only one who is open, vulnerable and honest about his intentions and feelings as both are aligned. Yet, pressure is exerted from both sides, as two glasses touch his body in the frame, preventing him from escaping the uncomfortable situation he is in. Facing Subaru directly about his connection with Kaoruko, while being trapped between the bad blood present between Chidori and Kikyo. This also reveals how similar they are. Both have a reputation that is contrary to who they are, but recognized by Kaoruko, leading to them both wanting to protect her. Growing up they stood out because of how they looked, informing why they are the way they are. Feared when deep down, they are kind and vulnerable, but is forced to hide this part of themselves. While Rintaro has been, somewhat, pulled out of his shell, Subaru is not yet ready to leave herself open to others. This is an example of when effort is put into the writing to properly develop characters, the visuals can accentuate their characteristics, allowing a lot of narrative meaning to be pulled from the frame.
It's pretty good.